r/AskReddit. What scene in a film really messed with your head? Irreversible. It's a French film where the narrative is told in reverse. The film is full of violence and disturbing scenes, but the one that messed me up is the 9-minute rape scene that happens in an underpass. The scene has no cuts, just one long horrific shot of this woman being raped and beaten to a pulp. I refuse to use underpasses now unless I have several people I know with me. The ending scene in Dawn of the Dead. They ran out of fuel for their boat and they landed in an island, full of zombies. It caught me off guard since they escaped and I played Left 4 Dead and thought they would live. Messed up my 9-year-old mind, more so by the tagline, "Where do the dead go when there is no more room in hell?" Does a scene from a video game count? In the first Homefront game at the beginning you're sitting on a bus rolling through occupied America, and out the window you see 2 enemy soldiers execute 2 people while their kid watches. After they kill them they just walk away and you're left to listen to this kid screaming, crying and shaking the bodies of his parents trying to wake them up. That one got me pretty good. Let me keep this memory from Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. I found the movie, well, the movie found me, during a rough breakup during which I wished I could erase her from my memories, but to hear Joel beg to keep this one memory of the beginning of their relationship resonated so deeply with me and it changed my perspective on the breakup and relationships not working out in general. I have no clue which movie it was, but when I was around 13 or so, I watched a movie with Sandra Bullock, I think, where she was looking for a killer. She was in some house and went to the basement if I remember correctly. She laid down on a bed and out of nowhere there came an arm from under the bed, through the mattress, choked the hell out of her. Since then I sometimes get scared when I sleep somewhere other than my own bed, that maybe someone will choke me out from under the bed. Idk. Most of Dead Man's Shoes, especially the final flashback, but the one scene that was really weird was the drugged scene. It's sort of funny, because doesn't every British criminal come home and make a cup of tea, but also very trippy and weird and horrifying. But it's a fantastic film, and I say that as someone who doesn't really like horror. The scene in Drive where the man slits the older guy's wrist/arm after a handshake. I love guns, war/action movies, but for some reason I can't stand cuts or slices in flesh, same with needles. Sometimes that scene will pop into my head and I'll literally have to get up to vomit. It's a shame too because that movie is fantastic. On a lighter note, I'll be using "messed with your head" to mean mind blown. Interstellar. And GT, when he closes the loop while inside the black hole and then opens another loop by saying that humans in the far future left the structure there for him, thus opening another loop, and then exiting the black hole and like no time has passed since he first entered the black hole. I love this movie so much, and Lieutenant. Okay, this isn't nearly as bad as the rest of the comments, but as a kid, the dentist scene from Little Shop of Horrors, 1986 version, really freaked me up. /spoilers/ I mean the bit when the dentist puts on that laughing gas mask thingy to help him get off on pulling Seymour's teeth out, and then the mask gets stuck. Really freaked me up watching him laughing his ass off whilst desperately trying to pull the thing off his head, then just slumping to the floor dead with a big grin on his face. I'm surprised no one has mentioned the flying monkeys scene in The Wizard of Oz. Saw it as a child and had nightmares for years. It still disturbs me as an adult. And Bambi's mother dying in the film Bambi really affected my then 3-year-old daughter. For literally months, her play was about dead mothers, or she introduced dead mothers into unrelated storylines. It was my husband who let her watch it, not me. My cousin does special effects and graphic design. He made short films while in college. He showed me one of his films when I was a little kid. In this specific one, he was walking down a parking lot and programmed a meteor falling on him and killing him. I was spooked and he didn't bother to tell 7-year-old me that wasn't real, so every time I heard so much as a creak while alone in my room trying to sleep, I'd flip out. This went on for about a year. Thanks, dude. The scene in War of the Worlds where Tom Cruise and his family seemingly have the only working car. The hordes of people clambering to get into the car and then that guy shoots someone to ultimately take control of the car. Sent shivers down my spine to think what humans are willing to do to each other in order to survive. The Green Inferno, there's a scene where they are all about to get eaten, and the dude starts masturbating to release stress to think in a clear head. Then another dude gets mad and starts attacking him. But the people that were going to eat him protected the masturbation guy. Strange movie scene that taught me a lot. The first time I saw the ending of The Mist I was pretty messed up. I was so mad at my boyfriend because he said it was a movie I just had to watch, but I can't get into movies with such heavy topics because I am easily upset/depressed and so that fricked me up good. I don't think I've ever been so angry with a movie even though it was a compelling story, my heart just couldn't take it. I'll never watch it again. I was really young at the time, so I certainly wouldn't be affected by this now, but that scene in one of the Indiana Jones movies where the guy gets put in the cage and sacrificed in the lava, that freaked me out, but the real kicker was that I'm pretty sure that one guy straight up ripped another's heart out, and I ran to bed screaming and crying after that lol. Short film rather than full length, but David Firth, of Salad Fingers fame, has an animated short called Milkman. In one of the scenes, a small boy walks into the kitchen to find a hideous stranger sodomizing the boy's mother's bloodied corpse. I watched it more than a decade ago and the look of bewildered terror on that animated child's face haunts me to this day. The nuclear attack in Threads is one of the best depictions of nuclear war I've seen. It shows the sheer panic and helplessness of the people. I was just a kid when the original came out, I was 9 or 10, and should not have been watching that movie. It's a scene that really scarred me, and the movie is still extremely disturbing all these years later. The execution scene in Dancer in the Dark. My goodness, I could never watch that scene ever again. Basically Bjork's character is singing as she's about to be executed by hanging. Her voice is trembling with fear as she sings in a sort of daze. Then all of a sudden / bang. / The trapdoor she's standing on opens and you basically hear her neck snap and she dies instantly. Movie ends. A sad, sad film indeed. Probably from the movie A Serbian Film. The whole movie is really messed up, but there's a really bad scene in the end where the man rapes his child but doesn't know it's his child while his brother is raping the man's wife, also unknown to the man. Watched it like 4 years ago and still can't get the messed up image out of my head. Also to an extent the season 3 finale of Overlord. Watching it was really cool despite the obvious animation problem, but NGT, when I tried thinking about it afterward, imagining myself being on battlefield where a single person kills 70,000 people in a matter of seconds and then summons Hellspawn to eat another 170,000 people alive. Just trying to imagine being a soldier witnessing something like that happen and then watching as the scene progresses and seeing the futility in their eyes, and Lieutenant. I love horror flicks and try to find things to trigger a response. The only one to get me was the girl shaving in Cabin Fever. I actually stopped drinking my soda in the theater after that. Nothing else comes close. I guess it's the whole infection premise. You can't see, smell, touch or taste it. You don't even know you have it, until it's too late. The bit in Saving Private Ryan where Mellish is fighting for his life with the German soldier and Upham could have gone in and saved him but is frozen by fear and doesn't. It freaks you up because in the story we are Upham, or at least we see this story though his eyes of ignorance compared to the other characters. In reality we like to think that we would have charged in there and saved Mellish, but really it's more than likely we would have been Upham frozen on the stairs. I have no idea what this movie is called, but it's about twin brothers and one of them gets addicted to heroin so the other twin does too for sympathy or something. In the end they get so strung out and delirious that one of them opens up his brother's chest and spreads it open like a book while he's still alive. I guess I kinda blocked out the details after I saw it because it was so disturbing. I never finished the whole movie, but the scene in Blue Velvet where Dennis Hopper is simultaneously beating and sucking the breasts of some woman whilst getting high on something by inhaling it through an oxygen mask. He kept yelling, "Mommy, Mommy," during the whole thing, and it's one of the most disturbing, Freudian things I've ever seen. I remember seeing a scene from the 2009 film Rampage on YouTube where the main character just starts killing people in the town he lives in, and the film didn't shy away from showing loads of blood and gore. After seeing the scene, I couldn't even watch anything violent as it made me remember all the blood and gore from the film. It took me a good few days just to be able to even play or watch anything with any amount of violence in it. Thanks for watching this auto-generated video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I upload videos like this one daily. I put a lot of time into developing this video generator, but if there have been errors, please tell me in the comments below. Also leave me a link to another thread you would like to see a video about. Have a great day, Alex.